I actually believe there may have been real time travel involved with the making of this movie. Welcome to Creepin' It Real. Thanks for joining us. I'm Judah. This will be the last time that my brother Ruben will be guest reviewing a movie with us, and we are talking about 1989's Shocking Dark. This is an Italian film that borrows from some of the greatest sci-fi horror ever made. Ruben, there are several other titles for this movie. Why don't you share those with us?
Terminator 2, Aliens 2, Alienators, and The Contaminators. One other one was The Killers of Venice Beach.
If you haven't guessed by those titles, two of the movies that this borrows heavily from would be Aliens and Terminator. Now, this is the weird thing. This movie actually came out 2 years before Terminator 2 Judgment Day. So I'm actually thinking there may have been some real time travel involved in this, being that somehow they borrowed so heavily from a movie that didn't come out until 2 years later. Now, when I say borrowed heavily, I'm not talking just, hey, let's have some monsters and let's have a group of Marines that save people and they get tangled up in some cocoons. We're talking there is dialogue ripped straight from these movies and replaced in Shocking Dark. I mean, it was unbelievable, the beat for beat that this takes from Aliens. When I was first looking for a movie to watch with Ruben, on Tubi, it said that this came out in 2018. But then when I started looking at screenshots, I said to him, there is absolutely no way this movie came out in 2018. Then with reading about production, it became a little more clear. Because of the similarities being so striking, this was not allowed to be released in the States. And it wasn't until 2018 that it was finally released in the States, even though it came out in 1989.
All right.
And then we finally get this beauty, this Italian reimagining of Aliens with a mashup of Terminator 2. Obviously, this in no way can stand against those two classics that are so amazing. But there definitely is some stuff that we can take away from this movie. Ruben, what are some of the things we can take away from this movie? Quick think. Quick, make something up.
Well, what we can take away is that, first off, we can't trust any infallible bunker. We know that this is rule number one. All infallible bunkers are fallible. Okay. And there is truly no safe place, even in something that is impenetrable. We can take that away. That's a takeaway. Number two, scientists are always at it again, messing with genetics. And, you know, the jar is going to break. It's going to get airborne. Monsters will proliferate. And it seems that the only clearing of the slate is to blow up the entire building. Nay, the entire island that the building is on.
Yes.
That's
we've been learning this even from like me as a child playing Contra. You beat that game and there's only one thing to do. You get off that island and you nuke the whole freaking thing. That's the only real way to make sure that everything dies. You just blow everything the F up and hope for the best. So you're right. I kind of liked all those observations. You did mention that you struggle with what made up disease are we calling this, Ruben? Why don't we
situational, I call it SAND. It's situational automobile induced narcolepsy disorder, but it also is just situational induced narcolepsy disorder, which would then be SIND. I struggle to stay awake during car rides or telemovie shows.
Telemovie shows.
Telemovie shows. Yep.
Yes, there were several times I peeked back behind me and saw Ruben subtly nodding off.
They were subtle nods too. Maybe they were subtle nods to the greatness of this film.
It's so fantastic. I can't even gaze at its full glory. I must close my eyes to not fully be blown away by the greatness of this movie, this copy of greatness. This is a horrible, bad movie. The audio is so hideous. Several times I wanted to yell, and in fact I did. Have you ever heard of a microphone? Because the audio is so muffled. It is so bad. And the costumes are just hideous. It really makes you appreciate Aliens, obviously an 80s movie. It doesn't feel dated. The costumes, the design of the creature, it is all so much bigger than the time period. This movie is not bigger than the time period. The costumes look so 80s. This is not going to get a great score.
No.
I would not rewatch it. The only reason I would watch it is just for the laughing of it and seeing how somebody can plagiarize someone else so immensely and still pass it off and put their name on this movie like they somehow wrote it. And it's just absolute BS. So this is landing at a 3 out of 10 for me.
Oh wow, I find that generous. I'm going to give it a 2. Though I found it hilarious at times. You know, and I guess maybe I'd give it a 2.5 because bravo for them to be able to pull off the plagiarism so confidently. So
and just walk it off like aliens what term? Yeah. What are you talking about? This is all creativity right here, baby. I don't know what you're talking about. James Cameron, who's that? Thanks for watching. If you made it this far, you're a champion. You get a gold star. Please like, subscribe, and share, and leave a comment. How often do you suffer from sins? How often do you find yourself falling asleep just because you're in the car or because you have to watch a movie? And what is your favorite rip-off movie of another classic, much better movie? Leave those in the comments below. I want to hear it for sure. Also, we are on Instagram and X, so you can check our bios for those links. I'm Judah. This is Ruben. Thanks, Ruben, for joining us. Maybe, when you visit again, we can try this if you get over your sleepiness. But maybe that's part of the fun of it, seeing how much of this movie you actually remember, and then try to work your way through these reviews like you did watch the movie. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later.
Peace.